Gravy Holiday World came out with a great name for a coaster. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Good Gravy is such an awesome name. It's very campy and outrageous, just like the park. Vekoma family boomerang. Nothing too crazy here. It is a custom layout. It's what they've been teasing for the past several months. That construction site that we got to see at Hollywood Nights where the old Pilgrim's Plunge was is the site. And I think that this is going to be a really, really nice fit here.
And as we know, Vekoma's really, really good at keeping height requirements fairly low. This one's only going to have a 38-inch height requirement, which means pretty young kids are going to be able to ride this, which is really, really cool. The top speed is only 37 miles an hour, so it's not so much that like a kid would be potentially freaked out. It's right in like the nice range of being a bridge between Howler and doing something like, you know, the big scary ones.
Yeah, absolutely. They were missing that family coaster. And this is actually going to be positioned perfectly between Voyage and Thunderbird. So we're looking at max height 77 feet. That is the tallest point with the spike that's right near the pathway. 1,500 feet in total. Of course, you're going to be going through that forwards and backwards, so that gives them a backwards experience here at Holiday World, something that they needed and really complements the fact that the only other big steel coaster you have there is Launch, so this is going to give them a different sensation. Like we said, yeah, 38 inches. I mean, that's like, in theory, like a 3-year-old could ride this.
So the plan is to have this open for 2024, and I think that's very doable because it's, you know, a fairly small coaster, but the real thing that's going to take time, and I hope they do it really, really well, is the theming, because they're putting in all kinds of different like theming elements throughout. Like you're gonna go through a can at some point. I think there was a giant whisk. There was like a timer, like a chicken timer, like the one they send in the mail. Yeah, all kinds of cool stuff. So I think that this is gonna be like a very cool environment. It's not just a roller coaster. Yeah. It's like a whole new area. Like there's a playground, there's gonna be a Dippin' Dot stand, all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, they're calling it Stuffing Springs, and the idea is that you have this entire land that's essentially themed to Thanksgiving dinner. So like as you walk in the queue, which is that old building from Pilgrim's Plunge, it's gonna be like going to dinner at grandma's house. Which, I mean, in a Thanksgiving section, they don't really have a theme specifically with Thanksgiving dinner. They have, like, a restaurant where you can get Thanksgiving dinner, but...
I don't know, Gobbler Getaway. Isn't that sort of a Thanksgiving dinner theme? Like, your dinner ran away, and you gotta go get it. And Grandma's there, when she's got a gun. Like, it's a whole thing. And she's not shooting the turkey. She's just, like, she lost her gravy.
I thought the whole thing was saving Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, the turkey ran away, and you gotta shoot it. Isn't that what happens? Am I missing the point of Gobbler Getaway?
I think so, maybe. Oh, no. I don't know.
I thought you were shooting the turkeys.
Now, obviously, we've done a bunch of family Vekoma boomerangs, but pretty much they're all in Europe. This is the first time that we're actually going to see one in the U.S. I know that we're also getting the dueling set in Nashville at the zoo there, but I'm not sure which one is going to open first. So there's definitely a good chance that Holiday World will be able to open up theirs first. I mean, they literally have like a firm date that the first day you'll be able to ride is May 4th. So that's like...
Hollywood Nights is going to be lit.
I know.
ERT at Grandma's house.
At the Boomerang, yeah.
Yay.
I am a little concerned about the length of the line that this will have because it is just one train. Because Holiday World, crowd-wise, can definitely be hit or miss. We've been there when it's, like, completely dead and everyone's in the water park. But we've also been there when it's very busy and, like, Voyage is literally filled to the basement with people. I don't think it'll be too bad because it's, like, still a family coaster. But, like, when this thing just opens to the public, I think it will have a pretty lengthy line. But maybe it'll scare some people away from Voyage's line, so then we can just ride Voyage more.
One thing I want to note is that the trains are frickin' adorable. They literally look like a gravy boat. So it looks like gravy's, like, spilling out of the front. And then the track is, like, a cranberry color is what they're calling it. So it's, like, cranberry sauce.
It's very clever, and... it's so outlandish. Like, we'd never see this at any other park. You know what vibes it gives me is Trip Drill, for sure. Like, that reminds me of something that they would do, because all their themes are just completely, like, ridiculous and out there. And so Holiday World's like, yeah, gravy coaster.
Good gravy. I'm sorry, but that is the best. And, like, that just put Top Thrill 2 to shame.
Oh, yeah. Well, did you see the announcement video they made? It's, like, so corny. It's hilarious.
Oh, you have to watch it.
They're like, gee willikers. I'm like, oh, my gosh.
It feels like a parody. It feels like they wrote a parody of, like, a Thanksgiving-themed roller coaster, but it's real.
They're, like, writing this announcement. They're like, this is so good.
Oh, they had way too much fun.
Oh, too much fun.
But I love it. I think it's so good. Holiday World, you are still the masters. I'm so excited. Like, I know it's just a family coaster. I know we've done them before, but I'm excited to see... you know, what other people think of them.
Well, yeah, and it's also a $10 million investment, and we haven't gotten a new roller coaster since Thunderbird in 2015, so 9 years. So definitely overdue. Fills a much-needed gap in their lineup. So let us know down in the comments below what you think of Good Gravy coming to Holiday World. And, of course, come out to the park next year and give it a ride. So thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time.